Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of factoring trinomials. This is standard A.10E in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 37 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we just need to find one of these expressions that is a factor of this basic trinomial here. We've got a few different options. So let's start with just trying to find the factors, all right? And if we can get this into our standard form that ax squared plus bx plus c, if we can identify the a, the b, and the c, it comes pretty easy because what we do is we want to multiply the a and the c, right? And we're looking for factors that are going to multiply to that total and add to what our b is. And so let's see what we have here. So we've got our a equals just 1, our b equals 7, our c equals negative 30. So that's just going to be 1 times negative 30, so that's negative 30. So we need factors that are going to multiply to negative 30 and are going to add to positive 7, okay? And so if we've got negative 30, and we know that one of these factors is going to have to be positive, one is going to have to be negative in order to get that negative product. And the smaller one is going to need to be negative because when we add them together to find B, 7, then it ends up being positive. So we can do negative 1 times 30, and that would just get us, if we added them, to 29. We could do negative 2 and 15. That gets us to negative 30. And if I add that, it's positive 13, getting closer. I could do negative 3 and 10, and there we go. Look, we've got negative 3 times 10 equals negative 30, and then negative 3 plus 10 equals positive 7. So we're good here. So then what we write over here are the ax over the factor, and then the ax over the factor. We don't have an a, it's just a 1. So really it's just going to end up being x over, I've got negative 3, and then x over 10, positive 10. Those are my two factors. So x minus 3, and then I've got an x plus 10, right? And if we want to, we can just double check. That's going to be x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 30, and that becomes x squared plus 7x minus 30. So we're good. So we could also, if we wanted to, some of you might have done this, you might have used the quadratic formula, and that's fine. So if we want to use the quadratic formula, we've got that right down there. And that also works. It always works. X equals negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So our b is 7. So it's going to be x equals negative 7 plus minus 7 squared. I'm just going to go ahead and call that 49. Minus 4 times a is 1 times c is negative 30 over, and then I've got my 2a, which is just going to be 2. Okay, so simplify. So I've got my x equals negative 7 plus minus. Let's do 49. I've got a minus 4 times negative 30. That's going to end up being a positive. So that's 120 over 2. So I need 49 plus 120. That's going to be 169 at 13. Okay, so that's what we end up with, right? I'm going to write that down here. We've got a negative 7 plus minus 13 over 2. And then, so, right, that's going to end up being negative 7 plus 13 over 2. And then negative 7 minus 13 over 2. And so that ends up being, right, 6 over 2 and negative 20 over 2, or 3 and negative 10, which we've already gotten. So our answer here is going to be, when we're looking at our factors, D.